All right, about to get started in a second, y'all. Just about to send this link out. Then we're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's October 10th, about to be a London session 2022. And yeah, we're about to look at some potential setups for the day. Now, we do have a couple bank holidays today, like, Canadian and the USD, but that's no problem. There's going to be some other opportunities probably. Hey, morning, how you doing? So we're just going to be paying attention to the other pairs for today since the Canadian dollar and the USD is bank holiday. But if there's some moves, we're going to jump on those as well. But for the most part, I'm going to be paying attention to the other pairs like the Euro, GBP, and the New Zealand, Australian dollar. Now, we already see a little bit of action, a little bit of movement on some charts. But again, I'm going to wait till London session starts because very much so price can retrace. We see it all the time. Price retrace as soon as London session starts. So I might be looking for potential GBP CHF sells. And I'm trying to wait and see what Euro JPY is doing. But I see some other JPY pairs dropping down. So I might be looking for sales for some JPY pairs. But again, we're just going to have to wait until London session and New York session, see exactly what's going on. With GBP CHF, we're underneath a strong zone right now. And for the past couple of days, as you can see by these wicks on the daily time frame, we've been slowly going lower and lower down. Hey, what's going on, higher energy? So I'm going to be seeing what's going on when London session and New York session starts. But as of now, it's still respecting this orange line, this level. I have a price here because I can see here it was getting respected as a support level. I kept rejecting it. But now, as we can see, we're underneath it. And it's respecting that as a resistance level, which is a good sign. So again, going to be waiting to see what the next candlesticks look like closer to London session. And then we'll determine what we're going to do from there. So gold's still dropping. We caught a nice gold sell on Friday. As you can see, it's still slowly dropping. It broke to the next level, which is a good sign. Once my screen loads. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Let me switch it. My bad, y'all. There we go. So everything's in the middle of the zone now. So I'm going to kind of leave it alone. But as you can see, yes, on Friday, got a nice 1 to 2, almost 1 to 3 reward on gold, and it's still dumping down. So I'm going to be seeing what's going on there. But as of now, I'm just going to leave it alone unless it retraces back up. Same thing with the indices. Because they're all doing the same thing pretty much. They were dumping earlier, and now they're going to be playing around with this level of price until New York session. But again, there's some bank holidays, so don't just keep an eye on them, see what they do. But I'm not going to really hold my breath too much with those. So I'm really focusing on the currency pairs for the most part. So let's go back to Euro JPY. And so Euro JPY is dumping a little bit. So I want to see who's going to respect this level. And if you can respect this level, potentially might look for sales for Euro JPY. Main reason is we're going to daily time frame. It's not really much of a trend going on. Euro JPY is about to consider just a range in market. So trading is basically strictly off of support resistance levels, nothing else really. So as we can see here, this was a strong resistance level. Well, a strong resistance level can also be a strong support level. We can see that here, but it's slowly breaking underneath this zone, underneath this blue line right here, underneath around like 140, 140-ish. So I want to see, and it's almost at the wick right here. So what I want to see is if price is going to respect this level as a resistance level. And if so, we could potentially see it drop down for the day. Like I said, I saw some other JPY pairs dropping down. But also another thing to pay attention and notice is So there's a slight imbalance here, but it kind of is filled, and we can kind of see it's filled on the daily time frame as well. So if it drops down, it could come back up, but I want to see what's going to fill up the gap that we have right here, at least between these two ranges right here. So I'm going to see if it can at least come to there. But that's if it still wants to respect this level as a resistance level. It could very much pop back up. So again, before you enter any trade, you don't want to just enter a trade because it's underneath this lower price. Because as you can see, it hasn't been under there for too long. The next candlestick is shot back up, and now it's right back under. So if we can really break this level of price here, and stay under that level, then I'll really be interested to enter. But as of now, I'm just observing and just watching to see what price is going to do from there. Because again, we don't control the market, so it's very important to just patiently wait and see what price is trying to do and to go with price. You never want to really go against price. So we're just going to be chilling, watching that for now. What I was saying about the other JPY pairs, we can see ADJPY. That thing just tanked. It's been dropping from the zone right here. It's already dropped usually a great amount. Let me see, like 40, 50 pips already from the zone. So that's dropping down. And then we also see New Zealand JPY dropping a little bit. As we can see here is the top of the zone here and slowly dropping even off this 4-hour level. You can see it did a retest and dropped because this was being treated as support level here. And then when it finally broke under after this dip right here, we can see it's kind of stuck at a little wall right now. So I want to see what's going to retrace up or what exactly they're going to do from there. So that's why I'm just patiently waiting. But that's also why I'm looking at the sell setup for Euro JPY. Because usually when one JPY pair is dropping, most of them are. Of course, that doesn't automatically mean they all are going to be dropping. Like we can see GBP JPY. It's on top of this lower price and it's just chilling right now. And you can see it hasn't really done much. It's just stuck at this lower price right here. So this is where it comes to observing. So it is Monday. It's not going to be a lot of volume in the market. Volume's going to be slowly pumping into the market. So it could be a slow London session. But still, I do see some charts moving and stuff. So it could be potentially some moves happening soon. Like we see Euro JPY coming down to try to dip and break past this level again. So I'm going to really be watching Euro JPY. And I got a couple other pairs I'm going to be looking at. But these are the two I'm really going to be looking at. Right here. And then let's see. Then GPCHF, let's see what that's doing. So that's retracing back up, which is good. Retracements are no problem. That's going to give us a better entry if it's still. My main thing is it's okay. I wanted to stay underneath this level, but the main thing I wanted to do is not break past this blue line here. So that's no problem. So if we're testing this level is no issue. We got our new 15-minute candlestick about to appear, and then we're going to be about 15 minutes away from London. And the London candlestick is really the one that's going to be really important to see what's going to be happening there. So yeah, right now I'm just looking at potential setups for the day, but things can change when New York session starts. But as of now, these are the things I'm looking at. So now we're just going to be patiently waiting to see what's going on. Let me see something. Okay, it's looking interesting too. Yeah, I'm not expecting nothing too crazy today. One, because there's a couple pairs I really like to trade this holiday, so that can really affect the volume. And two, is Monday. Some Mondays it really depends, but usually a good thing to go off is Mondays is the first days of the week. And also got to remember the stock market and stuff's closed right now. Those don't even open up until 8 o'clock New York session. So it's not going to be a lot of volume for the first day until New York session. So ain't going to be too much craziness going on today, I'm assuming. But again, that could change. But as of now, I only see a couple pairs that really pique my interest. A kind of like how Euro CAD's looking, but again, just looking at it, this is a trade idea. It's actually at a very good level, a price, and if we could stay underneath this ball right here, that's definitely going to be a good sign for us. But again, just going to be waiting until volume picks up to see what it decides to do, because we can see here, this is the 15-minute time frame. Price really hasn't moved anywhere for hours, right? We can go in the 4-hour time frame and you can see that literally for 4, 8, 12, 16, literally for 24 hours, price hasn't just been ranging at this level. It hasn't really gone anywhere. So we got to keep that into account too. That price has literally just been ranging for a day at this level of price. So we really want to see a move happen. We want to look for, a bigger candlestick like this to try to make a move down or something like that. But as of now, prices, as you can see, just ranging, not doing much. So we don't really want to trade in ranging markets. We want to really see a breakout so we can enter something, okay? But let's look back at what Euro JPY is up to. Yeah, so still hasn't broken this level, which is fine. You could do it later, or it could very much so reverse, and then you're looking like how JPY is looking at the time being, which is like this, looking like a potential buy setup. So really just going to be waiting for London session to see exactly what might be going on. For those hopping in the stream, make sure to hit the like button. And while we're waiting, let's go ahead, for those that are just seeing the channel, make sure to subscribe as well. We don't just live stream here. Actually just dropped the trade breakdown of this gold setup that we caught on Friday. Once it loads, I just did a breakdown by this gold setup we caught Friday. It was 1,800 pips, 1,800 pips that we caught zone for zone. Broke that down. I also have an oil breakdown dropping later today, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure to hit that bell. This is a trade that was a members only trade. That gold trade was a free signal room trade and a free telegram. This one was just strictly members only trade, but we caught over 250 pips. I caught 270 personally, but I know some people might have jumped in a little bit later than me, so they caught at least 250 pips here. This was a great move. We entered right at this candlestick here, and after that retest, it was literally just floating in a profit the rest of the day. And even if you can see here, people held over the weekend. I didn't personally, people did hold. They're still in profit, and it could potentially hit the top of the zone, or it could drop back down. You just have to wait to see what's happening. But I personally closed. But even this trade alone, this was a 1 to 5 risk to reward with 0 drawdown, which was a great trade. So it's going to be a breakdown of that coming soon today, later on, probably in the afternoon. So be on the lookout for that. But let me go over how we did last week. Give me 1 second. All right, make sure to hit that first link in the description to join the Telegram. That way you're notified of any trade ideas I drop in there. Because again, I post the trade ideas and stuff like that. Of course, do your own due diligence to look at the chart, see if you see what I see, and determine for yourself if you agree with my entry or not. If you don't have to enter. That's cool. But I do notify y'all trade ideas that I do enter personally, and I also notify y'all when TPs get hit and things like that. So definitely click that first link and tap into that. Give me 1 second, y'all, because I see some charts moving. So I just want to see what's going on. Yeah, so US30 and all this stuff is still steadily dropping, which is very interesting. But I'm still going to leave it alone. I'm still just watching them for the most part. Most likely I'm just going to leave these alone unless I really see something crazy happen. But I am paying attention and noticing that they are slowly still dropping. But they do have a gap here that hasn't been filled. So I'd actually like to see that gap get filled before anything. I know NAS has a huge gap from the NFP news. Like this thing went crazy because US30 dropped, right? Let me just show y'all something. US30 dropped. This is the NFP candle. Okay. US30 tanked. Well, let's just do some math here. Okay. 30,063 to 29,721. That's over 20,000 pips, which is insane. Okay. But that drop made NAS glitch. Like it literally made NAS shoot down. Like it caused a literal gap, the news, because NAS was trying to keep up with US30. Okay. So we have a gap here, and then we have a gap here. So retracements are going to need to happen. So It's going to be very interesting when those gaps are going to get filled, because NAS has 2 gaps. US30 only has 1 gap. And then let's see here. Then as you can see, US30 has that same gap right here that needs to get filled up. You can kind of say it got filled up by that wick. So it might not come up to that. But I feel like it should come up more. And then we still have this gap up here, but that could get filled up probably later. But gaps are just like imbalances. They are going to get retraced and filled up at some point. So always keep in mind of that. And these aren't really filled up the way I'd like them to be filled up. So it could very much so come back later to fill those gaps up. But as you can see on all those pairs, all those indices and future pairs, they all have gaps. Even USDX has a gap. So keep that in mind. They literally all have a very similar gap. This one kind of got filled up already though. And as you can see, as soon as it got filled up, price drops back down. So that's very interesting. But I want to see if price will retrace again back to the top of the zones and fill those gaps up. So that's really what I'm going to be looking at and paying attention to. Yeah, but as you can see here, well, you can't see it, but I'm looking at it on my other screens. So let me show you what I'm talking about. But it's 2:52 right now, my time. And you can see prices retracing right before London session starts. So that's what I'm saying. Don't freak out when you look at the charts. Retracements are always going to happen. And like I said in Friday's live stream, London session, 6 o'clock, 6:30-ish, beginning in New York, and then like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock a.m. Those are the times retracements or dumps happen in the market. And there's a lot of pairs that we're looking at retracing up right now. You can see this pair is retracing up. We was looking at GBPCHF. You see this pair is retracing up some more. So it actually came back up to here. This is actually good for us if it does continue to decide to dump. So retracements are very good. So always pay attention, because price always repeats itself. So you always got to pay attention to repetitive patterns you notice, especially when trading. Okay, y'all. But again, going to be looking for sales unless it just flips and goes to the other side. But as of now, going to be looking for sell setups. I'm going to turn this yellow. Yeah, so while we're waiting for price to do its thing, let's go over how last week went. Yeah, but the indices and stuff are kind of still dropping, so it's very interesting to see what that's going on to do. Because again, if we go into bigger time frames, the past couple days, couple weeks have been a little iffy because we've made all-time lows. If we can zoom out on daily time frame, we can see that US30 hasn't been this low. You can see at the bottom the date right here. US30 has not been this low for 2 years. Okay, so we're at very low. We're at almost an all-time low in 2 years. Well, it is all-time low in 2 years. But if you look at the bigger time frame, we are in a downtrend. But I went over this with the members too in the Zoom call earlier today. Well, not today, yesterday. But it failed to make a new lower low here. Okay, we see the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. But it failed to make a new lower low here. It actually kind of closed at the same spot, and then it shot up. Then it hit this strong level of price right here. You can see it's a very strong support level here, support level here. Then we probably find some more support levels here. But when it hit that level of price, it dropped back down. So now we're right here. Let me zoom in. So it kind of made a new lower low, but it broke the last lower high right here. And it broke past this level here, but then it dropped after it hit this lower price and rejected. So now we're back underneath this zone here, and it's continuing to dump. So I'm very interested to see what happens when price comes back to this bottom of the zone here. I want to see if price is going to break past here and continue the downtrend. So that's why I want to really see what's going to happen here. So I'm just going to be observing them for the most part, because again, you don't have to enter trades all the time. trading is mostly observing. You got to know what price is doing. Okay, you got to wait for price to show you what it's trying to do. Okay, because we don't control the markets. That's why it's very important to be patient and go with the trend and direction price is going overall. Yeah, so GBP is looking like it's trying to drop again. So I kind of like how this is looking for sure. So depending what the candlesticks look like, London session might enter this. So just gonna be patiently waiting for that. But while we're waiting, let me see what the other JPY pairs are doing. Yeah, so it looks like this is trying to drop. The JPY is still dropping. Stuck at this wall still. Okay, very interesting. So I'm keeping an eye on Euro JPY and then GBP CHF to really see what's going on there. Let me see if any other CHF pairs looking like. Okay, this doesn't look like a potential sell here. Underneath this wall still. So I can really stay underneath this wall right here. Could very much so go for a sell, either this wall. Yeah, I really want to see it stay underneath this wall. There's a slight wall right here, but this is a good wall too that I want to see. And as you can see, it's rejecting off that level right now. Just that line I put, you can see price still pushing underneath it. So that's a good sign there. So I might look for a potential sell set up there as well. Same thing. We got the daily time frame. Not much of a trend going on unless you zoom way, way, way out. Okay, then you can see that we are in a downtrend since, let's just say June. Let's just say June, okay? You can see the big drop here, retracement, big drop here, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then you see price dropping, then it reversed up, but then you can see price continued down, but now we're right here, okay? But it hit this lower price, broke down, and now we're under the next key support resistance level zone. So I would like to see it drop back down, continue to respect this level like it is doing so when we zoom in. Okay, I know I have a lot of lines here, so let's delete a few because we don't need these no more. So it's not looking too confusing. Okay. And this line needs to be orange. There we go. So it's underneath the daily level. The blue lines are the daily key zone levels I identified. So it broke underneath there, and it's underneath this wall that I have identified on the orange line. So if I break it down to a 15-minute time frame, you can see it a lot more clear. Okay, it's the wall that I was just talking about. That's what the orange line's for. I want to see price stay underneath it. And as you can see in real time, price is tapped it and it's pushing down. Because if you remember, a couple seconds ago, this was a green candlestick, and now it is a red candlestick doing exactly what I want it to do. So we got about 1 minute until the London session starts. So I want to see what that candlestick does. But if it continues to drop like it's doing, could very much look for sells. Okay. And then even if you want to look at the 15-minute time frame, you can see that it was ranging at this level, then it dropped down, and now it's treating this support level as a resistance level. And now you can see price is dropping down. So very much so might look for sales for Euro CHF and GBP CHF. GBP CHF is dumping as we speak. But again, it is early London session. It is Monday. So most important thing is if you do enter any trades, well, in general, it doesn't matter what day it is. The most important thing is to secure your profits, okay? There is New York session. I mean, not New York, London session starting. So I want to see it stay. This is a good wall too. So it's breaking down. So things are looking good. New candlestick about to appear. Looks like that's about to try to break through that. Let me see where Euro JPY. Euro JPY is trying to push down, which is good for us. Let's see here. Euro CHF retesting this level. Want to see it stay underneath this level. That's what I want to see happen. So we're going to patiently wait and see if it does decide to do that. But as you can see, like I said, when this session starts, what happened? This was dumping. Look, it retraced right on the dot. I just talked about that. London session retraced right on the dot. Retraced right on the dot. Now it's slowly trying to push down, but it's still retraced right at London session. So that's what I'm saying. You need to identify these key times and just always remember price is going to retrace at some point. It's not going to keep dumping down. It's not going to keep shooting up. So if you ever missed a key entry, don't sweat it too much. Just patiently wait for it to retrace. And if it doesn't retrace, just look for it. Just look at another chart. That's all you got to do. So I'm liking how these are looking. So I very much so might enter these in a second. Even New Zealand CHF's looking like it's trying to dump down. But I want to see it break underneath this level first before I even enter that. So we're really just going to be paying attention to Euro JPY, Euro CHF, GBP CHF, then potentially a couple other pairs. See what they're up to. But you can see it's trying to push down. So if it can break back under here, I very much so might enter. You know, I want to see it at least come to here. Two harsh rejection wicks down on the hour time frame. Yeah, I like how these are looking. These rejection wicks are showing that it's really trying to push down. So I do like how those are looking. Not gonna lie to y'all. So while I'm looking at these pairs, let me go ahead and send a disclaimer out before we even start trading. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, so I like how these are looking. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's see here. Yeah, I like how these are looking right here. See what else is going on. Euro USD is trying to tank too. A lot of interesting things happening right now. But I'm not in no rush to enter trade. I want to patiently wait for price to show me it's really trying to do what it's doing. See New Zealand CAD dropping underneath lower price here. Just interesting. We see that it was an uptrend here, but due to the last few days, the downtrend could potentially be starting here. So could potentially look for a sell setup on AUD New Zealand as well. It's already broke past this wall here and it's retesting this wall and continuing to drop down. So this is looking like a nice setup too, potentially. So let me go back to, yeah, so that's still doing that. Euro CHF still retesting that. Yeah, so while we're waiting for these extra confirmation, I like how Euro JPY is looking. Let's see what these other JPY pairs are doing. Interesting. Yeah, so while we're waiting for these pairs to see what's going on, let's go over how we did last week. All right, so those just joining or those in the stream, this is how we did last week. All right, wait. Oh, this is how we did Friday. So let me go how we did last week. Give me 1 second. Here, how we did last week. Monday, we caught 2,478 pips. Tuesday, we caught 330 pips. Wednesday, we caught 16,126 pips. Thursday, we caught 21,718 pips. And Friday, we caught 2,179 pips. All right. Not a bad trading week. And I think we only lost like one or two. I think we lost maybe like 3 trades last week total, which is not bad. And we took about like 5 at least every day, 5 plus every day. So that's not bad. Only have lost about 3 trades. So your JPY is dropping down. So I kind of like how that's looking right there. Let me go on the 5-minute time frame because a new 5-minute candle just started. So it did do a rejection wick down. So it is looking nice. I do kind of like how that's looking. So I might get a signal ready for that. Let's see here. What is that the way? Your CHF closed underneath there. Yeah, GBP CHF shot back up, which is another reason we're going to patiently wait because now we have a potentially better looking entry, but also it could very much shoot up and not go our way. That's why you want to patiently wait to see what it's trying to do. That way you can get the best entry and also determine if it is really enough volume to push it down at the time. So I like how that's looking. So let me go ahead and get the signal ready just in case. But I do like how that's looking. But everything else is ranging. Even on the USD pairs, they started retrace backing up. So you can see that even right here. How it's just a wick, that daily candlestick. So a lot of things are retracing right now. So I really am just taking my time waiting for confirmations to enter. Because again, it is Monday, it's the first week. Looks like I might try to retrace to fill that gap up, but it is London session for one on a Monday. So volume is slowly by the pumping. It's not a lot of volume to begin with, like the middle of the week or even on a Tuesday. So I really want to patiently wait to see what price is really trying to do. That way, when we enter, we'll know the direction price is most likely going to go for the day. Because again, when New York session comes or around 6 o'clock, when those retracements happen, it could flip the script on us and price can change direction, or when that time comes, it will enforce that and it will continue to push down. And I'm really trying to catch the move for the day if possible. Obviously, that doesn't happen all the time, but I'd like to do that. So that's why I'm just patiently waiting. And as you can see, it hasn't really gone far. It's still at this wall, at this orange line I put here. So, and you see it just retraced back up. So again, price is just really ranging right now. And I want price to show me that it's ready to make the move. I don't want to really be in a ranging market. Sometimes when we enter, we'll be in drawdown for a little bit, this, that, and the third. Drawdown's inevitable. But when I enter a trade, I don't want to be in drawdown, or I don't want to be in a ranging market. I really want to be in a move where there's volume and momentum going the direction I entered. So if I got to patiently wait to see that, that is fine. Because again, we're putting our money into the market. We want to go into high probability trades. We're not just trying to throw our money anywhere and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem patiently waiting. And GBP, JPY still pushing up, doing this thing. Yeah, so gonna be a slow London session, but we already determined that and saw that coming. 80 New Zealand is looking nice though, and it's still trying to push. So that's a good sign for a sell setup. The new 5 minute just started. Let me see what this 5 minutes looking like. Because underneath this wall right here. Yes, this is looking good. It's at this level here, which is great. So I want to see it stay at this level, and I also just want to patiently wait till the next 15-minute candlestick appears to see what it's doing there. But it can break underneath this level here and stay underneath that level. What I want to see it do is not just break it, but I want to see it change from a support level, like we saw earlier, into a resistance level, right? Just like, what was that pair I was looking at? I think I was looking at this. Just like here, this was a support level. And then when it broke under, it turned to a resistance level. But now, as you can see, we have this huge GBP candlestick, which is also another good reason why you want to patiently wait. Because imagine if we would have just jumped in right here. We'd be in hella drawdown right now, right? So just another example of why it's worth it being patient. Don't want to rush into any trades. This is breaking under, so this is looking very tempting. But I want to see what the next 15-minute candlestick looks like. So we see red, 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 red. We don't really see a retracement candlestick yet on the 15. We see a slight retest on the 5-minute, but not really. So I want to see what the next 15 looks like. Now, if it tries to rip, I might still wait depending on how quick it's moving. Because especially when a big candlestick rips, you're going to see a retest. Like, look at this big dip right here. The next candlestick a retest. So very much so could do something like that. Even when we see this here, this big push up, next candlestick was a retest before it continued to go up, et cetera, et cetera. We see that stuff all the time. We see it right here. And then we probably go into some other charts. We'll see the same thing. Let me see if we can. Let me go to Euro JPY real quick. Even right here, like I said, we see red, 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 big push down. Then we see a retest. Okay. So retests are bound to happen. Even right here, red, red, red. Then it was retest. Obviously, there's levels why it did that. But 15-minute candlesticks are more important to me than 5-minute candlesticks. Because again, we're going for the overall direction of price. We're going to be in trades depending on how quick it moves for the entire day until all the TPs get hit, or you're happy with your profits. So 15-minute candlesticks are quarterly candlesticks, which is very good, and they're very strong candlesticks. Beginning of the hour, middle of the hour, end of the hour, there's going to be 15-minute candlesticks popping up. Those are the times where the most candlesticks are going to be popping up: the middle, beginning, and end. There's going to be 5-minute candlesticks popping up, new 30 minutes, new 15 minutes, depending on the time, new 4 hours. A lot of stuff happens during those times. So the 15-minute candlestick is a very good candlestick to look at. So yeah, we're just patiently waiting. As you see, it's still ranging. So I'm not going to enter yet. And you see right here, didn't close above it, didn't close underneath it, retrace back up. Still trying though. But a new 15-minute candlestick is about to appear in about 30 seconds. So we're going to wait and see what price is going to do from there. Yeah, I want to see New Zealand CHF come underneath this level and look for a sell setup. Because again, looking at the daily time frame, we see we're in a downtrend. We can zoom all the way out. And we zoom really all the way out. We can say we've been in a downtrend since March of this year. We can very much see the downtrend here, then a big drop, then it was ranging in this market for a few weeks, then another big drop. But you can very much so see how we was in a downtrend. Okay, you can clearly see lower highs, lower lows here. Then you see a huge drop down. Then price ranged on these markets here for a little bit. Right, range, then a big drop down. retest, big drop down, drop. So I want to see price come underneath this blue line here and then come down for a new lower low. That's what I want to see happen. So that's why I'm patiently waiting to see what price does. As you can see, it tried to touch that level and then rejected off of it, as we can see, and it's pushing back up, which is normal, especially because we have this huge imbalance getting filled up. So retracements to the upside is normal to happen. Not very surprising there. We see a huge imbalance, especially on a daily time frame like this, because just look at all the other candlesticks compared to this one. This is the biggest candlestick out of all the candlesticks we've seen past few months, honestly. You say weeks, but honestly, past few months. So not a surprise that it's doing what it's doing right there. But overall, I want to see it continue to push down. JPY, new 15-minute candlestick just popped up. Still waiting to see it break that level. Still not going to enter until I see it break that level. Let's see here. USHF looking like trying to drop down to EuroCAD looking tempting a little bit. It's underneath this wall here. It's got a wall right there, but it's underneath this wall here. Yeah, so GJ just pushing up. That's just the GBP pairs pushing up. That's all that is. We call this GBP New Zealand play on Friday, and it looks like we're doing a repeat of what happened on Friday. Hit all our TPs and hit SL back to the top level of price. And it's actually did what it did, literally what it did on Friday. Okay. We see a struggle to break this level, broke above it. Huge candlestick showing up, and that's literally what happened. It was either this trade or happened this day when we called the GBP New Zealand trade. I think it was this trade, but a huge candlestick breaking above that level. Then did the retest and it's pushing up. But that trade, it's too late to end that trade. I'm just watching it. It's already in the middle of the zone. I already did his move. I'm not tripping about that though, but yeah, so now we see it literally just shot up to the top of this zone right here. So it's pretty good that we did not enter that, because we'd be in a lot of drawdown and potentially SL could get hit. So that's why it's very important to wait for multiple confirmations before you enter any trade, because this would be in deep drawdown right now if we would have just entered based off of that candlestick. So it's another example why you got to patiently wait for confirmations. Don't just want to enter just off of one candlestick. Okay, so 80 New Zealand is dropping. Kind of missed the ball on that one. Still valid to enter though. Still valid to enter. I might retrace a little bit, but let me see something. I want to see the wall, the nearest wall. Okay, it's on a wall right here. So it's either going to break through the wall or it's going to retrace a little bit. So I want to see what's going to retrace. We got a new 5 minute about to pop up. So I want to see what this next 5 minute does. I can wait 20 seconds before entering the trade. Yeah, but this, you see, it met my confirmation. I just wasn't paying attention to this. But this is a good entry, a good trade. So I can see this dropping some more. I want to see if it's going to retrace on this next candlestick, but if not, I'm going to enter this. Stop loss, I'm looking at like 13. You can say 13.25, 13.30, something like that. But yeah, so you can see it's rejecting off that wall right now. So yeah, I like how this is looking. I might enter this. It could retrace up a little bit. You can see it's trying to break that level. So yeah, this is looking like a good trade. I can see it. I can see it going somewhere. Yeah, I can see it going somewhere. Did it already fill up this 50? That's the question. Because if it filled up this 50, it might retrace before we enter. It's right on the 50. Very interesting. Yeah, but it looks like it's going to continue to try to drop down. So I'm going to enter this. Dang, we missed that entry. Dang. Kind of sucks. Just a few pips we missed, though. Not too big of a deal. The risk reward is going to be a little bit lower now. But overall, if we would have entered here, it would have been a good risk to reward. So yeah, I like how this is looking. If it retraces, I might call this out in the Telegram. Whoops. But as of now, I did personally enter this. But again, we did miss the ideal entry. And if you don't see what I see, you don't have to enter. But I personally enter this trade right here. But unless it retraces, I'm not going to post it in the chat because we are in a wall right here. So it could very much retrace. Or if it stays underneath this wall, it could potentially dump and fill up this space here, which would be an extra 10, 15 pips. But if it can really break this wall right here, there's a lot of space to the downside. Obviously, that's looking to the future, probably most likely closer to the New York session or the middle of the New York session. But as you can see, still hasn't really gone nowhere, struggling to break that wall. And you can see the wick right there, that slight rejection wick, which is what I was talking about. So it is struggling to break that wall. So it could very much retrace either this candlestick, the next 5-minute, or the next 15-minute candlestick. So not too much tripping about that. So I'm gonna wait to see what the next candlestick looks like. And if it's a retracement candlestick, then I might call that signal out in the Telegram. Euro JPY still struggling to break that level. See what Euro CHF's doing. Same thing. Yeah, so not too much going on. But that's pretty much what I expected anyways for the Monday beginning of the week. GJ is pushing up, so it's very interesting. Let me see something. Yeah, it's a strong level 2 that is shooting up off of. Very interesting. Could potentially entered right there. Filled up this imbalance on the 4-hour. That's what it looks like. It looks like it filled it up and now it's reacting off of it. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave that alone for now. Could have potentially entered that. But I'm just gonna leave that alone for now. I see some other moves about to happen. Real CAD looks like it's dropping. It's underneath this level here, so it's looking pretty good. Yeah, so I think some moves are going to be starting very soon. Which isn't a bad thing. But I really see most of the moves or most of the trades I enter probably going to be New York session when volume's really starting to pump. And look, there it is. It retraced up a little bit, which is what was most likely going to happen because it hit this wall right here and is rejecting off of that wall. Okay, because that's usually what happens, especially with TPs. Okay, when price hits these levels, it's either going to reject like we see here, just like I put in this disclaimer. Whoops. Let me show you what I'm talking about. When price hits the TP, it's either going to reject or break through. Okay. With any trade, not even just my trade, any trades in general, y'all should only be risking 1 to 5% of your accounts. Okay. That way you're not over leveraging, not throwing all your eggs in one basket or betting it all on one trade. And that way, if a loss does happen, you didn't hurt your account too much and you can make it back up from wins from the day or the next day or later on in the week. Okay, very important. You don't need to over leverage. Okay, because not every trade is guaranteed to go all the way to the final TP or in our favor. We do not control the markets. We simply leads in the current. It's our job to determine the direction price is going. All right, that's why it's important to go with the trend and trade off of these key levels. I do like how it's doing. Looking, it's doing a nice retrace and retest. We got 4 minutes until the next 15-minute candlestick, and it's literally doing what I said it was going to do, or what I said I wanted to wait to see it do. So that's very good for us. So let me go ahead and get this signal ready just in case. Give me 1 second. Okay, so the SL I'm looking at, you can say 1330. Let's just say 1330. So we got this wall of price right here. If we can break these walls of price with volume, can very much so continue downwards. But again, the overall move, if price still decides to continue to go this way in New York session, the overall move probably won't be complete until, New York session, but that's normal. That's nothing out of the ordinary. I really want to see these levels of price taken out. So I'm just watching price. I'm also getting this signal trade, but I really want to see these walls taken out right here. It's underneath this wall right here, which is good. We can see by the red dotted lines underneath this lower price right here, but it's struggling to break through this lower price right here, this wall. You can see it's struggling to break through this level of traffic right here, this slight wall right here. Let me mark it off so I can show you what I'm talking about. This lower price right here. So if it can break through this lower price, it can very much so continue down to the downside. And that's what I want to see happen. Yes, that's what I want to see happen. New 15 and new 5 minute about to start in about 25, 20 seconds. Euro JPY still doing this thing. Euro cash still doing this thing. USCHF's doing that. GP. Yeah, GP is just pumping right now. So the GPJPY, we could have entered that. Oh well, it's all good. Yeah, so the GBP pairs are just pumping right now. All of them. Which is very interesting. So I'm going to look back at those later. This JPY pair is pushing down still. So that's interesting. So here comes the retracement candlestick, which is normal. I want to see it stay underneath this level. I want to see it stay underneath this level, but if it retraces, I don't want to see it break past this level here. But it looks like it's going to try to push down. So let me go ahead and get this signal ready. Give me 1 second. Yes, I'm personally in this one, so let me go ahead and post this. Yeah, so now I was about to try to reattempt to break through that level of traffic again and come back down to this level. And it might do it now, but I might just have to wait till volume's picking up. But I do very much so see it continue downwards. But it is on this 50 right here, which is my only concern. But if it can break through that, you very much so continue to the downside. So right here, because we're in an interesting spot right here, okay? Because you see the uptrend, it was a ranging market. You see it pushed up, causing an uptrend. But as you see here, price has not come back up here. And price, as you can see, has really just been slowly retracing down, okay? So it's slowly retracing down. And there's also underneath this blue line, this level of price right here. And we saw it pushing down. So this is what is really encouraging me to enter, because I believe the downtrend could potentially be starting here. But it is an imbalance, but the imbalance got filled on the daily time frame, so it's a smaller imbalance on the 4-hour. But if not today, tomorrow, I do definitely see price shooting down. I do see price shooting down. Speaking of shooting down, your JPY is back underneath our nice key level. So I really want to see it close underneath here, because we haven't had one close underneath here yet. Well, we kind of had these, but I'm talking about a red candlestick closing underneath here. So if we can close underneath this level of price, I might consider entering, but again, just still patiently waiting. Not trying to rush into anything. Only in one trade as of now. That's AUD New Zealand. And it's trying to. Euro CAD just took off, I believe. Okay, so Euro CAD is looking nice too. So same thing. If it can close underneath here, I might enter this. Already closed. Did some retest. So I am liking how this is looking. And again, the reason why I'm looking for a sell setup is go on the daily time frame. Not really much of a trend going on here. You kind of say this is uptrend if you want, but right here, if we look overall, it's just been a ranging market. Price been ranging. It broke out of that. Hit this lower price, rejected multiple days, failed to make a new high. Then it broke back underneath this lower price here. And it could potentially fill up this imbalance to the 50 right here. So that's what I want to see it potentially do. It's met my confirmations, so might potentially enter this very soon, because I do like how it's looking. Yeah, I like how this is looking right here. So let me get a signal ready for this, because I do like how it's looking. So SL I'm looking at, it's like around 34. We're gonna say 34.55. We're gonna say 34. 60, or if you really want to round down, you could say 34.50. So I might do like 34.50-ish. That's a good SL. I do like how this is looking right here. So I'm going to get a signal ready for this in a second. You see New Zealand, AG New Zealand. Still, you can see it's trying to push down, which is a good sign. You literally see it trying to push down. Okay, so that's a good sign. But like again, it's just struggling to break these walls and levels of traffic. But when volume picks up, it could very much do that later on in the day. And like I said, looking at the daily time frame, that is what really made me make the decision right there to enter. So again, just hold it SL or TP gets hit. Just gotta let price do its thing. And price is either going to hit SL or TP. Obviously, we enter trades that we really is most likely going to go our way, but that's also why we have to have proper risk management and not over leverage anything. So I like how Eurocast is looking. So let me get a signal ready for this. Like I said, SL, I'm looking at 34.50. So it's about 100 pip stop loss. Yeah, so I like what it's doing. I definitely like what it's doing. Trying to see if there's any traffic that is currently on that we can see, and voila, we can see it right here. Okay, let me zoom in. It's underneath this level of traffic here. There's a nice little wall. You see this bouncing range right here. It's right underneath this level of traffic, so it could keep pushing down. We can definitely catch some pips, and as you can see, it's trying to do that as we speak. So that's good for us. So if we can hit, so I like how it's looking right here. Yeah, so we can break that level there. We're going to be in some good shape. Just break those levels of traffic. You can see there's a very strong level of price here, very strong support level, very strong resistance level. So I want to see it come down to here, about 33.20. 33, 20, 33.25 area. I want to see it come down to there. But if it can break there, could very much so continue to keep pushing down. Yeah, but I like how this is looking right here. So let's go back to 80 New Zealand, doing a retest. And let's see what else is going on. JPY really hugging this level of price right there. It's not too much of a surprise. It's crazy. We called this trade out on Friday as well. End of the day around right here, but as you can see, that thing just dumped zone to zone, which is another good sign. I didn't hold over the weekend. I personally don't hold over the weekend, but that just goes to show that price was continuing to go that direction anyways, which is very good for us. We caught about this right here, which is a 1 to 2, but the full move would have been almost a 1 to 4. And that's good to know. So I'm just looking at other pairs right now. New Zealand CAD look like it's trying to push down. Let's see what else going on. GBP CAD dropping. Yeah, so yeah, this trade I'm about to post right now. But I did personally enter this. And all the TPs and stuff like that are in the free Telegram, all the signals and all the trades I enter. So make sure to click that first link in the description so you're notified when the TPs are hit and any other potential trades I do enter. Okay. Also, make sure to hit that like button, y'all watching the stream right now. A little slow, but we're still learning things. Y'all can still see a bunch of coincidences and other things I'm looking at on the charts. You literally just saw me look at other correlating CAD pairs, saw them all dropping too. Just looking at other confirmations. Obviously, every pair is going to be different. Like we see Euro JPY trying to push down. Speaking of that, Euro JPY just dropped. So yeah, it looks like things are about to get interesting. Things are about to get interesting. Things are about to get interesting. And you literally see how I was struggling to break this level. And remember what I said? I want to see a big push down. Now we're seeing a nice little push down. So now I want to see it, one, close underneath this zone, and then retest and continue to go downwards. Okay. So if y'all didn't enter, let me see if there's a wall. Okay, so it just broke through that wall. So I want to see if it's going to retest a little bit or not. But it looks like the Euro pairs are dropping. So let me see if other Euro pairs are dropping. Because we had GBP pumping. And now we got Euro pairs dropping. Very interesting. So is GPJPY dropping? It is dropping down. Very, very, very interesting. What about this right here? And again, granted, you could have entered right there, but we saw what happened to GBPCHF, right? It shot up. So I rather miss out on a couple pips to see other confirmations. That way I know for sure price is trying to go that way than me enter and be in a bunch of drawdown. You get what I'm saying? That's just me personally. That's just what I like to do. 80 New Zealand still trying, but I still see that doing that. Euro CAD just hit TP1. TP1 just got hit for Euro CAD. Yeah, Euro JPY is still dumping. So I'm gonna get the signal ready. I personally entered. It could retest and retrace on the next candlestick. That very much could happen. But I do like how it is looking. So I did personally enter this. And I'm about to put the TPs and stuff and the SLs and stuff. Get that stuff ready right now. But I do like how this is looking. And it could, like I said, retrace the next candlestick. We do have a 15-minute candlestick, actually. So yeah, let's wait till the next 15-minute candlestick, see what it does. Let me go ahead and get the signal ready. But SL, what I'm looking at, I have a very tight SL. I'm just looking at 141.70. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, so it's pushing down still. So it could still very much retrace, but I am entering. I'm going to get the TPs ready right now. But yeah, this is literally just the best way to trade. Just want to wait for confirmations. It's about to hit this wall right here, so it could very much, if it stays underneath this wall, that'd be great. Yeah, but let me go ahead and get these TPs ready and these levels. Those in the stream, go ahead and enter that. Again, it could retrace the next thing, but retracements are bound to happen. But the way that is looking, if it can break this wall of traffic right here and break through this wall, it could very much so continue downwards. Even though, again, this move probably won't happen until closer to New York session. So when New York session happens, it's either going to flip the script on us, or it's going to do a retracement and then continue to dump down. So that's where we're going to really have to pay attention and look to see what it's trying to do. So yeah, your CAS just doing this thing. So I'm going to post this signal right now. This is going to be a members only signal, but those in the stream, I told you the SLs, things like that, the prices, I'm trying to look for it to go and all that good stuff. So just keep that in mind. Cool. So put the TPs in. Doing a nice, saying that, struggling to break that wall, which is normal. Okay, that's nothing too crazy. Euro CAD, let's see with another TP, 33.36. The next TP for Euro CAD. So I think it missed TP2 by a pip. Let me see if it hit it on my broker. It did hit it. Cool. So TP2 just got hit on Euro CAD. And again, now every TP is going to get hit. If you're not sure, but it's going to keep pushing, or you're happy with your profits, by all means, close the trade. Okay. And it looks like 80 New Zealand just hit some TPs too. So we're making some money right now. So y'all, if y'all knew these trades, y'all screens are blue, hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. 12, 8, 5, 6. Nah, I missed TP1 by a pip. So let's see if it's going to hit it. I missed TP1 by a pip. That's very interesting. But TP1 for Euro JPY is about to get hit in a second. The first TP is 141.05. As you can see, we're very much there. TP1 just got hit with that. So we're 3 for 3 right now, y'all. 3 for 3 right now. And I just need to wait for price to put, volume stuff to do its thing. But right now, things are looking very nice, very good. Cannot complain. Blue on Euro JPY, blue on Euro CAD. AD New Zealand struggling a little bit, but that pump was a good sign. We're making new lows every candlestick, so that's a very good sign. All right. Again, if you want to get notified, make sure to click that first link in the description. I post other stuff in here as well. Also, if you want to hit me up personally, okay, hit me up on Instagram at playmaker_way, same spelling as the YouTube name, okay? Or you can hit me up on Telegram. Let's see here. Yeah, so things are looking pretty chill right now. All right, so There's Jeff doing that. Okay, doing some retest and retracements. Yeah, so we're just gonna be chilling right now. Gonna be looking for other opportunities, of course, but for the most part, what I usually like to do is just chill and hold a couple trades during London, hold those, and then post New York or pre-New York, go back on the chart, scan through all the charts again, and look for some entries or setups for New York. And with that dump, looks like Euro USD started to dump too, but it's all good. I'm gonna leave that pair alone. Looks like GBP USD starting to dump as well. The same thing. I'm just gonna leave that pair alone. Let's see what gold and everything's doing. Yeah, so AUD New Zealand is still trying. I'm blue on EuroCAD. I'm blue on Euro JPY. Gold's still steady pushing. It has a huge imbalance on the 4 hour though, so it could retest this level later on. So that's going to be interesting to see. Euro JPY still pushing. Yeah, so we're just going to be chilling. Going to be just chilling for right now. Again, don't be comfortable just because your screens are blue, because the profit is not yours till you move SL in profit or till you close the trade. So keep that in mind, y'all. And again, not every TP is guaranteed to get hit. So if you're not confident it's going to continue to push down, or if it starts to retrace, you're not confident that it's going to come back down, just close the trade, okay? Can't go wrong closing a trade blue. Can never go wrong closing a trade blue. So you're doing while we're just chilling at TP1 for the time being. Same thing with EuroCAD, just chilling at the TP1, doing a retest because it hit that wall of price. Okay, so let's just put a line here. Let's have some fun with this while we're waiting for things to try to heat up. Okay, so let's just turn this color right here. So you saw what I did. I just put the line right where these two bodies of these two candle bodies close. That's where I put the line at. We're just going to go to the left, and let's just see what we find. Okay, let's just see if we find anything. Okay, so it's right above this level here. Keep that in mind. It's right above this level of price here, where we see multiple times. Again, we're on the 15-minute time frame, so literally hours. Price just bobbed and ranged at this level of price. But I want to see if there's another wall somewhere. So we're just going to keep going to the left to see if we see anything else. Okay. We see a little something here. We see a slight wall here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else we can find. But if not, that's cool. But usually when price retraces like that, usually because it hit a wall or a level of price. $20,000. So you're not gonna let me go any further till I pay the premium? Man, I already gave y'all money. I'm not about to buy the premium. All right. So trading, we don't want to have fun with us. So we'll just worry about that later. But as you can see, it's doing a retest right now. I want to see it continue to go down though. But if it doesn't, just going to secure my profits and either look for a re-entry or look for other trades or trade ideas. Because again, you can never go wrong securing your profits. You can never go wrong closing a trade blue. And the biggest account killers are people that overtrade, over leverage, or just greed. Greed as in holding a trade too long, or entering too many trades or chasing trades. That all falls under the greed category. Yeah, so price right now, new 5-minute, seeing some slight retracements. Yeah, Euro CAD's really starting to push up. So go on my screen. So I'm still floating in profit. But I don't want it to go too far. But again, it's still early in the session. We're not even an hour in. We're about to be an hour in. But we still caught a decent amount of pips for the hour. It was a little slow start. I was patiently waiting for a little bit, but we still caught some pips. So that's a good thing. We got a nice, well, let me not say nice, but we got a wick pushing out, but no body. It's just straight wick. But again, this is the 15-minute time frame. We go into 5-minute. We can see things a little bit more clear. We can see what's going on. It's slowly trying to push up. But since it's struggling so much, that is a good sign. But now we see a candlestick. So again, retracements are going to happen. And like I said, I deleted the exit out the Telegram. Give me 1 second. Let me throw this back up. But like I was mentioning earlier, when a TP gets hit, give me 1 second, y'all. When a TP gets hit, it will either reject or break through. Okay, and that's what happened with all these TPs. Some broke through, and other ones, as you can see, are rejecting off the level right now. Now, when it rejects, it could very much so reject, right? It could very much so reject, then come back down, but it doesn't do that all the time. Good example of that is, let's just pull a GBP New Zealand, right? GBP New Zealand. This was a day I went for a buy, didn't go all the way in our favor. We hit a few TPs, but as you can see, multiple times it failed to break this level of price right here. And what it do, it rejected. Okay, we see these small candlesticks. But after this final attempt, look how big this red candlestick is compared. Well, this one's a big one too, but look at all these. You see a big one here too, but look, it tried and rejected and broke all the way back down. So again, can never go wrong with closing your screen when you're blue, because it could retrace, or even right here, it retraced, it kept trying, finally broke that level, then rejected harshly down, then hit stop loss, right? So it could reject and then continue to go down, or it could very much reject and then flip the script on us. So if you're not very confident that it's just going to be a nice retracement, it's going to push back down, I highly encourage to just close the trade. Because one of the worst feelings in the world is being blue, up a lot of profits, up a lot of pips, and then watching price retrace and you think it's going to come back down, and it goes from think it's coming back down to hoping it's going to come back down. And AD New Zealand just had a huge push up. So AD just got some volume in the markets, so just had a huge push up. Once they see extending this level here, I'm still going to hold to SL or TP gets hit. We missed a TP by like 1 pip though, but it happens. But again, this is another good example. It kept on trying to break this level, rejected, back up. Now it could potentially come back down, or it can do what GBP-CHF did. But you can even see GBP-CHF trying to come back down. But you see here, I said I wanted to see it come back down here. Never did after here. Tried. Then huge rejection, pushing it back up. Okay, so this is how price works. And again, like I was saying at the beginning of this stream, it is Monday, so it's not a lot of volume in the market. So ranging is going to happen, and volume won't really start to pump until really New York session. But we still caught some good moves here. We still caught some decent pips in the hour. Can't complain too much. So now the question is price going to continue to come down this direction, or is it going to flip the script on us? So we got a new 15-minute candlestick popping up. So I want to see what AD New Zealand is going to do. Okay. So AD New Zealand immediately pushed back down. But again, the candlestick just started, so it could be trying, it could come back up. I would, of course, obviously like to see it come back down. But again, it's just really the patience game, especially with this strategy, because we're not scalping here. We're trying to go for the overall direction of price. But again, an ivory TP is going to get hit. So we had some TPs get hit. We caught a good amount of pips. So yeah, so we're just chilling right now, watching these charts to see what's going on. Depending on what I see on the charts, I know I said in the Zoom call I probably wasn't going to do one, but I might do one depending on what I see on the charts. For members only, do a New York stream, because I do New York streams, but they're mainly members only. But I might do one today depending on what I see. But if not, like I said, we're going to do one tomorrow and Wednesday. Let me see what the other JPY pairs are doing. So the AU JPY is trying to push back down. Euro JPY is trying to push back down. GJ is pushing back down. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Cool. So I just needed to continue, but like I said, we're mainly waiting just for volume. But as you can see, it is trying to come back down. But when there's not a lot of volume in the market, you're going to see a lot of this going on. You're going to see a lot of bobbing. Could be 50 pip range, could be a 20 pip range, could be a 100 pip range. All depends on the chart and the pair you're looking at. But till volume really starts to pick up, we're just going to see a bunch of ranging going on. Yeah, I don't really see anything else really popping off right now. So what I'm going to do is just really hold on to these pairs. Of course, look at some other charts. If I see some other plays, which probably won't be until like an hour from now, or two, I will, notify either, depending on if I want to do it a members only signal or, have another free signal or trade idea. I'll post those in the respective chats. Like I said, if you want to hit me up on Instagram at playmaker_way, same spelling as the YouTube name. If y'all watching the stream, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And also, while I got y'all in here, again, we don't just live stream here, but we live stream Monday through Friday, London session, but we don't just live stream. I just dropped the trade breakdown on gold yesterday. What was it? Yesterday? Yeah, because it's the middle of the day now. I'm in the middle of the morning. So I dropped the trade breakdown yesterday. I'm dropping another trade breakdown today. Then I'm dropping another video. I have a lot of videos lined up. I did a lot of recording, a lot of editing over the weekend. So I have a lot of videos lined up. But for y'all watching the stream, here is a good video to watch to really help you with your trading plan, okay? This is a video where realistically, no over leveraging, very smart trading, you could potentially double your account 2 to 3 weeks, okay? And I explain in detail how to do it. I show receipts on how I did it. And it's very much so possible. So give me 1 second while I put this in the chat. Again, this is actually realistic. This isn't one of those videos how you're gonna double your account in a day, how to turn $10 to $1,000. Nothing stupid like that. This is realistic, realistic strategy that I personally use all the time. Have other students and members use, and they've seen success with it, and it works out in their favor and my favor. Okay, and the video is literally less than 7 minutes long, and in detail, step by step, I explain exactly how to do it and things to avoid to make sure you're doing it correctly. Okay. And then this video is the gold trade breakdown. Make sure to watch these after the stream. We're going to be streaming for a little bit longer, see if there's any other moves going to be happening, and also see if we can hit some other TPs, because as you can see, like I said, retracements are normal, retracements are going to happen, and we see price potentially trying to push back down. So we're going to see if we can hit some other TPs, y'all. Okay, Euro JPY pushing back down. Let's see if Eurocast doing the same thing. Eurocast following suit. Let's see if AUD New Zealand is getting his act together. Still trying, but at least it broke back underneath here. So that's a good sign, right? Still trying, but everybody should be blue in all their trades again. Besides AD New Zealand, that is. That's the only trade we're in drawdown. But Euro JPY, Euro CAD, y'all should be nice and blue. And you see prices pushing again. Want to see it hit this target right here. I really want to see it hit 141. Euro JPY, that is. And we're literally 5 pips away from that. So let's see if we can do it, y'all. Just trying. First step, we got to break the previous low on the 5-minute time frame. And we're right at it. So while that's doing this thing, I also want to look at the other charts as well. You see EuroCAD and Euro JPY looking very similar on a 15-minute time frame. I mean, let's see if AD New Zealand looks the same too. Yeah, so as we can see, all the trades we entered did a retest and retracement at the same time, and now they're all dropping at the same time. Now we have 2 euro pairs, but then this pair, AD New Zealand, is completely different from the 2 euro pairs, but they're literally doing the same thing. They did a retest and now they're dropping. So I'm going to see if it's going to break that level there. But so far, things are looking pretty good. Let me see if there's any other pairs going on. See if there's anything else going down. Yeah, it looks like GU is dropping still too, which is interesting. I was looking at a trade idea here, but I just want to leave it alone, honestly. We could go for a trade. We could have, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Looks like it's still dropping down. I don't know. Just something about trading pairs on like holidays I don't like doing. Could just be being extra cautious, but I just personally don't like doing it. So I'm just not going to do it, even though those trades do look valid. And look here, gap got filled up. Those that have been on the stream since we started, I was just talking about this earlier when the stream started. Gap got filled up. See that big shot up? Gap got filled up, and look, it's dropping back down. So let's see if the NAS gap got filled up. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. NAS gap got filled up. Remember, NAS gap got filled up. Let me put a line so you see what I'm talking about. NAS gap got filled up, and look what happened as soon as the NAS gap got filled up. Dropped back down. Okay, so we missed that entry, but if we would have had like a sell limit here or something like that, we could have been up 11,035, 1098. So that's a good amount of pips. So let's put the calculator so we can do some actual math while we're waiting for pairs to do their thing. Okay, so let's put the calculator. So, because one thing to talk about, when you visually see these numbers, is going to make things make more sense. So once my computer gets its act together, I just want to pull the calculator up, buddy. Okay, so the calculator is loading. So once it loads, there it goes. So we're going to do some simple math. Okay, so if we would have watched, so we had a sell limit where the gap was, because like I said, the gap was going to get filled up. And look, the gap got filled up here. So this price was at, let me move this out the way. Let's just say 11,000. Let's just say 1138, right? 11,038. To where price is currently at. Price is currently at right here. 10,977. Let's just keep it simple. You'd be up 6,000 pips right now, because you can get add 2 zeros to that. So you'd be up 6,000 pips right now in literally just an hour, because it's the 15-minute time frame. So 15, 30, 45. the candlestick's not done yet, but 45, 55 minutes, almost an hour, would have been up 6,000 pips, which is insane. And that's not even including if you would have did the same thing on your EUSDX, because EUSDX did the same exact thing. Okay. And let's see if US30 did the same thing. Let's see if that gap on US30 is filled. Oh, look right there. US30's gap got filled as well. Okay. And look, as soon as it got filled, what did it do? Dropped back down. Not a coincidence. Okay. So if you didn't know that's how gaps work, now y'all know. And now you can use those to your advantage. Okay. Because that's how gaps work. And they work kind of similarly with like stocks and stuff too, but stocks is like a whole nother thing. There's gaps all over the place with stocks, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different. But again, just strictly talking about currency pairs, mainly like futures and indices, those are the main things that have them. And gold will have them sometimes too. But for the most part, usually just the indices and gold that have them. But if there's a gap, it's going to have to get filled up. It's just a universal rule, something that has to happen. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Okay, everything's pushing back down. Looking good. So yeah, we're just chilling right now. All trades in profit. Well, let me check AD New Zealand. I think that's the only one where people might be flickering right at entry. But EuroCAD, Euro JPY, y'all should be deep in profit. Yeah, we're looking good right now. We're looking good right now. And those that just entered the stream, let me explain why we even entered AD New Zealand. It's very simple. We go in the daily time frame because again, if you're not looking at the daily time frame, you're not looking at the big picture. You gotta look at the big picture. I tell my members and students this all the time. When you buy crypto, when you buy a stock, are you holding that stock for one day? Are you holding that stock for 5 minutes? Are you holding that stock for 30 minutes? No. You're holding that stock for at least a week to a month to a year, right? And when you go on any little stock app or website, go to Yahoo, whatever y'all use, they're always going to at least show the daily or monthly chart, right? They're rarely going to show a 5-minute chart. There's a reason for that because price moves by day, week by week, month by month basis. So if you're on the 15-minute time frame trying to look at something, you're going to miss the bigger picture. Okay, you don't really see what you see on the daily time frame or the 15-minute time frame, do you? No, especially if you're on a phone or something. Let's be honest. People aren't going to be zooming out on a 15-minute time frame looking at, let me see the bigger picture. No. If you're on a smaller time frame, you're going to be zoomed in, honed in on the last few, like right here or something like that. You're not going to be looking at the bigger picture. You don't know what's really going on this time frame. But when you're on the daily time frame, you can see the overall picture. Okay. Looks a lot different, right? Looks a lot different. So anyways, while we enter the trade is, you can see we're in a ranging market here, if you want to consider that. But if you zoom all the way out, you can see we've been in an uptrend for a little while now. You can say we've been in an uptrend for about a year. Okay. November 2021. So about a year. Okay. So overall, you can say that it could be pushing back up to make a new higher high. But if you look right here, right, just to keep it simple, let's just focus right here. Making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Then when it came here, it dropped and it failed to make a new high multiple days. In fact, it's starting to make lower lows. So this could be the start of the downtrend. You see what I'm saying? Because if the uptrend was going to continue, now again, the uptrend can switch up and continue right here because we do see these rejection wicks right here. But as of now, price is pushing down. As of now, we're in profit. As of now, I'm pretty sure TP just got hit. So let me go ahead and double check that. But I'm pretty sure TP just got hit or we're very close to it. No, I'm thinking of other pairs. My bad. Euro JPY, TPs just got hit. And Euro CAD. So let me see. Now we're 1 pip off for Euro JPY. We're 1 pip off for Euro JPY. So let me see what Euro CAD is looking like. Yes, we're 1 pip off for Euro JPY. Euro CAD. Let's see if we hit the next TP on Euro CAD. 33, 31. Euro CAD. Yeah, TP2 just got hit again. So yeah, so we're right back at TP2 for Euro CAD. Euro JPY, we're 1 pip off from TP2. AD New Zealand, still flickering, still trying. Well, actually, let me see. Actually, no, it did hit TP1, I think. Let me double check. No, literally missed it by a pip. So all these trades are missing TPs by a pip. So I'm not going to call it out yet, but the pip's very, very damn close. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So I'm still not going to call it out until it hits it, but we're very close to hitting the next TP on all pairs. So make sure to hit that like button, y'all, because we're making money and we're learning some things at the same time. So keeping that in mind. So we're back at TP2 for EuroCAD. So y'all are blue again. So let's go back to AUD New Zealand. So pushing down. Let's see what's going to hit it. Yeah, so it's really struggling to break that. But that is not out the ordinary. When volume picks up, it could very much so break it. But anyways, so looking at this, a closer look, we could say that the downtrend is potentially beginning because it hasn't made any new highs since here. In fact, it's just been going lower and lower and lower, right? Now it could, because this is a very strong support resistance level, come back up and shoot up. But as of now, it's starting to slowly push down. In the past few days, it's been pushing down. So we can say the downtrend has potentially started because we can see new lower lows and lower highs being formed. So this could have been just a lower high into a new lower low potentially. So that's why I want to see if price is going to do that, because this imbalance already got filled up and already went back up. So I want to see at least come to the zone. And then that's it for me, because I'm not a swing trader. Just go zone to zone for me. I'm not trying to reach for the stars. I'm not trying to hold a trade for days and weeks. I want my money every day. Okay. So that's how I personally, or I want to secure my profits every day, I should say. So that's just how I personally trade. But that's what I see price doing, and that's why I entered the sell. And yeah, we're just flickering right above TP1. So keep that in mind. We're at TP2 for Euro CAD. We're almost at TP2 for Euro JPY. Things are looking good, y'all. So I'm just really going to be chilling, watching these trades, holding them. Again, if you're happy with your profits, feel free to close. Don't feel like you have to keep holding. Things like that. But yeah, we're looking good right now. So again, check out those videos I dropped in the chat. If y'all just hopped in, let me give me 1 second. Let me repost these. Yeah, I was trying to copy and paste it. I guess that ain't going to be an option. So this is the gold breakdown from yesterday. This is an 1800 pip gold breakdown that we caught on Friday. Caught that trade up before NFP happened, and it was ranging until the news started. But after the news started, the thing just tanked. As you can see, everything tanked. And if you watch the Friday live stream, I actually called all these tanking. I called NAS, I called SPX, I called US30, I called GU, EURUSD, I called all these tanking. Obviously, we didn't enter all those trades because you don't need to enter a bunch of trades. But all those did end up doing what I wanted to see them do, which is a good thing. Okay, so make sure to check that video out, and then make sure to check this video out. This is a realistic video, less than 7 minutes long, on how to double your account in 2 weeks. And it's not over leveraging, it's not, scaling, none of that stuff. Okay, because trading, there's moves going on every time. There's moves going on every day. As long as market's open, there's opportunities, and you don't need to catch every pip. You just need to be in the market to meet your goals and collect some profits in and out the market. You don't need to be in the markets all day. You don't need to try to catch every single pip. Nothing like that. You just need to catch what's good for you and then dip. And the amount of pips and all that, whatever is good for you, depends on a lot of different things, obviously. But that's why you really need to sit down and have a plan. You shouldn't be trading without a plan. You need to know what your daily goal is, what your weekly goal is, what your monthly goal is, and then you need to know how you're going to get there, aka what you need to make daily to reach all those goals. What are you okay with risking percent-wise, this, that, and the third. And those 2 videos, well, the second video is going to help you out with that. I also have some videos titled My Trading Plans that are going to help you out with that as well. And can we hit TP1? Can we do that? Can we hit it? We're almost there. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. Let me see if we hit it on my broker. Like literally 1 pip away. It's just taunting us right now, right? But let's see if we hit it. I'm counting that because on my broker it says 12.852. So literally a 0.02 of a pip off. I'm counting that. So we're 3 for 3 right now. And I just hit it just then, so that counts. So TP1 just got hit for AD New Zealand. Those that enter that trade, make sure to hit that like button. Okay. And then those that enter the trade in the signal room should be way up compared to me because I entered here. Remember, I waited for the retest before I sent that signal out to y'all out of the kindness of my heart. You know what I'm saying? So y'all are way up compared to me on AD New Zealand. So make sure to hit that like button. Okay, EuroJPY is doing a retest. Most likely EuroCAD is doing the same thing. Yep, but we're still blue on both those trades. Don't let your screens turn red. We're blue on all 3 trades. But yeah, things are looking good, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the signal room so you know when TPs get hit, get notified, and also know the signals I enter or the trades I enter, not the signals, the trades and trade ideas that I enter in New York session because I trade London and New York session. Okay. I do mentorships as well. If you're interested in one-on-one mentorships to learn my strategy, click the links in the description. Have a sale going on. Well, actually, the sale just ended, but it's still a good price on it. I haven't changed the price actually, so the sale is still up. I might change it later on today, but the sale price is still up. So if y'all click that right now, the sale is still going on. It's the Q4 sale, 25% off on the monthly and things like that. And if you're interested in the Advanced Play Members Signal Group, which is where you get all the signals as well as the New York live streams as well. We do a lot of things. It's not just the signal room. You're not just getting all my trade ideas, but we have weekly Zoom calls. We have 3 Zoom calls a week. We actually just had a Zoom call yesterday. We're going to have another one Tuesday. Going to have another one Thursday. We have Zoom calls and stuff like that. We also go over a lot of stuff as well. I literally walk people through the trades with me. I let them know when's the best time to exit trades, all types of stuff. We also have a group chat where you can hit me up in there, ask us questions, things like that. But let me just show y'all a quick little preview of that. Okay, so obviously here's the Euro JPY sell. Like I said, this was just a members only thing, but as you can see, this is the oil buy we caught. Notify them with the oil stuff. Also let people know about what's going on during the day. Here's the Zoom call link from last week. Here's all the trades we call. US30, we caught this huge US30 trade. We caught this huge New Zealand CAD trade. I don't know if y'all can see that clearly there. So we have these exclusive signals. There's also I walk them through trades, like hit the top of the zone, hit the bottom of the zone. The members know what the zones are, what it means when the bottom, the middle is hit. But you see, I'll notify them so they know what's going on there. We have hella Zoom calls, and we also have a group chat as well. So if you're interested in that, you can either hit me up on Instagram for further details, or just click those links because the sale is still active. I might extend it for a week, but I said I was supposed to end at midnight, but I went to sleep at midnight. And yeah, the sale's still up, and I haven't changed it. So, tap into that. But yeah, I live stream Monday through Friday, London session, 2:30 a.m. And we're blue on every trade. We're 3 for 3. We caught a good amount of pips in an hour and some change. Can't complain. Yeah, so we're just chilling right now. So I might call some signals out later on before New York, but for now, we're just chilling in these trades right now. And those just tapping in, click that first link in the description so you're in my free Telegram, so you're notified when I have any other trade ideas, as well as when these trades get hit. But we're currently in AED New Zealand sales. TP1 just got hit. We're floating in profit right now. We're in Euro JPY sales. TP2 almost got hit, but we're still floating in profit. We're in this trade right here. And then we're also in currently Euro CAD, and Euro CAD is slowly pushing. So these are the 3 trades we're in currently. All of them hit multiple TPs. Well, AD New Zealand hit 1 TP, Euro CAD hit 2 TPs, Euro JPY almost hit TP2. All of them floating in profit. And we are up for today. This is going to be the end of this stream, y'all. I'm going to see y'all in tomorrow's stream. We out.